So we want the ultimate proof that companies buy reviews for the movies, and people are like, they don't do that. Okay, this show, which is universally panned by everybody, has like 6.9 out of 10 on IMDb. Does like The Last Jedi does. Does like the Lion King remake has. Okay, and of course turning mid. Okay, I know a lot of people like turning mid, but you know, this show, universally panned, universally hated by everybody. Of course, the media, hey, you don't like Lord of the Rings of Power? How dare you, you bigot racist? How dare you dislike the Lord of the Rings? It's Lord of the Rings. You should like it. It's a part. It's a part of the. Okay, I'm going to say something. Okay, I did the original Lord of the Rings video, but this is the second one. They didn't need to remake War of the Rings. And sometimes I make predictions that are completely correct. They're gonna make, because of the popularity of Game of Thrones, someone or somebody is gonna remake War of the Rings because of the popularity of Game of Thrones. And of course, now we're here. A War of the Rings TV show made by Amazon that costed $1 billion to make. Even though it's gonna make, even though Top Gun Maverick's gonna make way more money than Lord of the Rings of Power ever will in its entirety of existence. But this show, nobody cares about this show. Okay, this show has 9 million viewers for the first 2 episodes combined. Okay, not total per episode. Only 9 million people really liked this show. Okay. 9 million people saw the show. Okay, Amazon was hiding negative reviews because they were so scared that people didn't like the show. It's always weird that they always take down, copyrights take down, they always take down negative reviews of woke shows. You don't see, Universal taking down with negative reviews of Jurassic World Dominion. Okay, you don't see, that, okay, we want Jurassic World Dominion to make $2 billion, so let's remove every single negative review on the internet, because we don't want our movie to fail. Okay, I'm using Jurassic World Dominion as an example because I like that movie, but a lot of people hate Jurassic World Dominion, not just the critics. Okay, not just the critics, and of course, the critics would have a 9% because they'll pay the critics to get the really good reviews, but Rings of Power, according to Rotten Tomatoes, is a masterpiece, 84%, which I think is higher than a lot of better things that have ever been created. But not many people really like this show. Okay, it's woke, it's garbage, and it's trash. War of the Rings did not need a remake. Okay, did not need a remake. It did not need a remake or a reboot. Okay, the original, series, okay, the original Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings series was perfect. Not The Hobbit, I'm talking about the original Lord of the Rings series, movie trilogy, okay, those were perfect. And the same thing like that with The Little Mermaid. Why are you taking something that is already perfect, which is the animated movie, and making it way worse? Okay, same thing with The Lion King, same thing with Aladdin, and the same thing with Dumbo. You're taking something that is already pretty good. Of course, I get you could, remake Dumbo because some of the things in that movie are definitely dead, like a character being named Jim Crow. I could definitely see why you'd change some of that stuff, but you're basically just making them say, Alice in the Wonderland was a freak, hit. So, but now let's get to this. Okay, War of the Rings showrunners busted for paying for positive reviews from YouTubers. Okay, now it has happened before. Valorant, of course, that completely overrated piece of garbage game. Valorant is only popular because Valorant paid Overwatch pros and CSGO pros, because of course Valorant is supposed to compete with mainly CSGO and Overwatch to a bit, but mainly CSGO, okay? It was supposed to be the CSGO killer, but CSGO is still not dead. A lot of people still play CSGO, but, same thing with Overwatch was supposed to be the TF2 killer, but 100,000 people play it on Steam. Not really Twitch. It did kill TF2 on Twitch. It did kill, and Valorant kind of did kill CS:GO on Twitch, but not everybody uses Twitch. Okay, not everybody uses Twitch. I don't use Twitch. Okay, but they basically announced that Sage the review system was good 4x5 video. Basically, they changed it because we want to generate a response troll or other diamond type breed of Tribble Goblin. And then I was saying that they were actually paying YouTubers to give this garbage good reviews. I'm not watching Rings of the Power. I don't ever. Maybe I might watch it if I want to suffer. But okay, but they have been asking YouTubers to review the movie. And we all know Disney pays critics to give their garbage good reviews, okay? It doesn't really work anymore because you're putting complete garbage in front of my face and you expect me to take this money and give, this garbage good reviews as of Pinocchio and the Turtles. Even the critics are sick of this stuff, okay? They actually gave Lion King remake and Maleficent mixed reviews and Aladdin mixed reviews, but as well. And it isn't a good look for Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. Media and Amazon and media sales and, the woke are already attacking you. If you don't like Rings of Power, you're racist. You're a big racist if you don't like our comments. So, here's something that I want to tell you guys. Instead of changing existing characters, changing the race to appease Twitter, okay, make your own franchise, make your own characters, make your own universe, okay? I'm sure that there will be an audience for a fantasy show that takes place in Africa, or a fantasy show that takes place in India, okay? Africa has a lot of history, a lot of unique history, and a lot of unique cultures. Say, think of India. India has thousands of years of history they can delve into. China as well, okay? But they can't make their own things because no one wants to buy them, because nobody cares about Hollywood anymore. So they're going to say, because of course people won't watch anything that's not a proper franchise, which is mostly the audience, which is mostly the MCU's fault, basically, for this, and Jurassic World, and Disney's fault for, making movies like The Incredibles 2, Finding Dory, and hey, wait, these movies make $1 billion. Let's turn these into franchises because they make $1 billion. I bet this really started when Toy Story 3 made $1 billion. Alice in the Wonderland made $1 billion. Pirate sequels made $1 billion. Avengers made $1 billion. Jurassic World made $1 billion. And when Hollywood started to see, hey, these giant, mega franchises make money, we'll put those on the forefront. And the original stories, back front. Okay? Let's put all the original stories basically on months that nobody watches movies, like August and September. But you could easily make a fantasy series. Let's make it on a stream and let's put it on Netflix, a fantasy TV series about African culture, about African culture. Or make one about Native American culture, or make one about Indian culture. Isn't that hard, Hollywood? For you to come up with something original, but that isn't a cool. But don't make it to a movie, because if it's not a part of a franchise, people won't watch it. Okay, it's not a part of a franchise. Okay, you gotta hit. It took The Lost City, which is a movie that came out that year, really had to fight tooth and nail to break even. Same thing with Board Trade. Jurassic World Dominion, Sonic 2. Yeah, they broke even like day one, basically. Weekend one. Okay, Sonic 2 was 2 weeks. It took 2 weeks to break even. But Jurassic World Dominion, Doctor Strange, broke even on like day one or something like that. But, yeah. All I'm saying is, if you really care so much about diversity, make your own franchises, make your own characters, make your own series that people will like. It isn't that hard, okay? It isn't that difficult, Hollywood. And maybe, if you make a new franchise that people love, people will be influenced by it, make a fandom, make everything about it, and promote this series, okay? We haven't really had many franchises in the 2010s. John Wick is the only notable one I can remember. And of course, A Quiet Place, which was a horror, which is a new movie series as well, which got a sequel. It's getting a third movie. It's getting a prequel as well. Okay. And other movies are getting sequels as well. You know, mostly horror movie series. But, you know, we have but again, in the past decade, you have a lot of failed franchises. You have a lot of failed franchises that haven't really been got off, including like the Dark Universe and stuff. But War of the Rings: Rings of Power, you basically try to change something that was utterly perfect. The George R. R. Martin War of the Rings trilogy, and you can't really take something that's perfect and make it better. Okay, that's impossible. Okay, you can't do that. Okay. Sometimes it has worked, like Batman, okay, Dark Knight, and the Batman, but the Batman and Dark Knight are two totally different stories. That's the difference between War of the Rings and Rings of Power. You're retelling the same story, it's objectively worse because it is not the War of the Rings film trilogy. Okay, same thing with The Little Mermaid. It's basically the same story. Okay, why, Disney, can't you make something new? Okay? Instead of saying, oh yeah, it's The Little Mermaid. Same thing with War of the Rings. Make something new. Okay? Make something new. Okay? Okay, make something original. Make something new. Oh wait, Disney can't do that. Oh wait, Disney is making a movie about... and yeah. And even then, most of the new stuff from Disney sucks anyways, like Turning Red. Okay, Turning Red is complete garbage. Okay? But I know a lot of people did like Turning Red. But a lot of people hate Turning Red. It really has mixed reviews. But yeah, this War of the Rings Rings up. Yeah, that's basically my whole thing about that. Okay, people, another thing is people don't like chains. I know Hollywood can't see that, but people don't like chains either. Okay, especially with a character design. Okay. The most famous example very recently, besides the Little Mermaid, is Sonic the Hedgehog. We all know what happened with Sonic the Hedgehog. People hated the, design for Sonic. And they said, okay, let's change it. And they changed Sonic's design. Okay. But I think the whole problem with Hollywood is that they can't think of anything new. Okay. They can't think of anything new. They can't think of any new ideas. So they're going to retry the same things over and over and over again. Okay, that's the problem. And we all know it is. Okay. They don't want you to, to criticize War of the Rings. They want to pay, Yeah, I like this one. Of course, they want to like this. Burger King's using a big brain mode right now, but yeah, this is ridiculous. Nobody likes Rings of Power. Nobody likes this show, and Rings of Power is the ultimate rejection of wokeness, along with the Little Mermaid. Okay, instead of changing the existing series and making it woke, why don't you make something new, Hollywood? Make something new. Okay, The Boys. I know The Boys is based off a comic book, which is loosely based off the comics because, of course, in the comic books, Black Noir is the fucking main villain. Well, of course he isn't because he's dead. But, yeah. The Boys is pretty much new. Okay? Of course, they take the story from the original comics, but, yeah. The Boys is pretty new. Terminal List is pretty new. People love that. Squid Game, despite how much overrated Squid Game is, it's still pretty new. It's still a new IP, a new series, a new franchise they can delve into. Of course, another overrated TV show, Stranger Things. It's when most of the new stuff is on streaming services because Hollywood is refusing to take risks. They put out the big franchise movies and expect them, and of course, put them on the forefront, put the non-franchise movies on the back front. Hey, maybe if you don't, and doesn't really help that the economy is completely collapsing right now, which is not gonna bode that well for Hollywood. We're gonna have another recession like in 2008. It's inevitable at this point. Just look at the stock images, of all the stock prices going down, each of them going down. Yeah, which doesn't bode well for the Democrats at all. You know, which, yeah, I can make a video about that. I could make a video about that. Basically, I already made a video about that. Basically, an economic decline, an economic collapse in history proves that, yeah, basically because compared to history, which historical trends always show that the party, a political party under the economic collapse always loses dramatically. Happened twice to the Republicans, and happened once to the Democrats. Now it'll be twice. The first time with the Democrats was Jimmy Carter. He lost his next election. Of course, Bush and Hoover are two other examples, okay, of that. And I think the 2024 election will be similar to the 2008 election more than a Reagan landslide that we got as well. You know, where Jimmy Carter lost that election really easily. But yeah, that's basically what this video. Goodbye.